Hi guys, it's Emily from Novel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my January book haul and I have been good. But I will guarantee that the way things are going, next month I won't be good. Because next month, or should I say at the end of this month, I'm filming this on the 25th of January because of how busy I am. And yeah, this weekend before this video, and I'm going out to Wokingham, fingers crossed. I'm crossing fingers and toes that nothing goes wrong. So I know I will be buying more books then. But this month I've been good. I was gifted 5 books and I only bought 17. So yay for celebrating. It means for a change my book hauls will not be ridiculously long. And I can talk a little bit more about the books. So I want to say thank you firstly to Jack from Spread Book Joy, who bought me the Tea Rose by Jennifer Donnelly. That was my Christmas present that arrived in January. Poor little love, it wasn't her fault. Post has been ridiculous in where we are. If you send me anything by post, it will take ages to get to us. But this is a historical fiction book, I believe. It's one of Jack's actually favourite books. Fiona Finnegan, the spirited, ambitious daughter of an Irish dock worker, longs to break free from the squalid alleys of Whitechapel. But her dreams fall apart with the sudden death of her father and the disappearance of her childhood love. So Fiona flees to New York, where she slowly builds a small grocery shop in a thriving tea house. But she cannot forget London. Convinced that her father was murdered, Fiona must return to the streets of her childhood, where she must attempt to bring his killers to justice and restore her family's good name. This looks really good. So, thank you, Jack. Then, obviously, you guys know I work at Baz Books, and I got given 2 lovely books from the guys there. They're for the summer, so some of these books I am putting by for, because I'm still doing my seasonal read, so 2 of these books are put by for the summer. They're both by Katie Ford, and they're very summer-like contemporaries. We had, so this first one is The Summer of Love. Are you ready to fall in love? Sian Bishop has left the hustle and bustle of the city behind and thrown herself into a new life in the country. Her young son, her picture-perfect garden, and her small, thriving business to keep her busy. She is repeat not looking for love, and then something happens. So that's one book that's being saved for the summer, and it's very light contemporary, but nothing wrong with it. And a gorgeous hardback, The Rose Petal Summer by Katie Ford, and this is another very pretty hardback. It's quite pretty. It's quite simple, but I think I like pretty and simple. And this is, she'd recognised him the moment he'd entered her room, but he didn't appear to remember her. Of course, it had been nearly pitch dark when they met long ago, and he laughed and Caro's heart gave a lurch. He was the one who got away, the young man with whom Caro had spent one magical evening in Greece and who she'd never forgotten. Now, years later, they've met once again in their beautiful old house in Scotland. Soon, Caro is falling in love all over again. But will this be the summer he falls in love with her? So really good, light, fun, contemporary. And then lastly, a book by my gorgeous sister Charlie from Charlie Book Reads. And this is The Maid by Nina Prose. And look at the stunning, look at these, look at it, stunning. I have heard really good reviews about this book, and Charlie has been nagging at me to have it. She was going to originally lend it to me, but then she decided she wanted to give it to me. And my mum absolutely loved this book. And I am your maid. I know about your secrets, your dirty laundry, but what do you know about me? And oh, it looks stunning. Oh, it's got a little postcard in it. Charlie, I don't know whether to put the postcard somewhere safe. I don't know whether to keep it in the book or put it up on my postcard bit. Molly the maid is all alone in the world, a nobody. She's used to being invisible in her job in the Regency Grand Hotel, plumping pillows and wiping away the grime and dust and secrets of the guests passing through. She's just a maid, so why would anyone take notice of her? But Molly is thrown into the spotlight when she discovers an infamous guest, Mr. Black, very dead in his bed. This isn't a mess that can be easily cleaned up, and Molly becomes embroiled in the hunt for the truth. Following clues whispering in the hallways, she discovers a power she never knew was there. Oh, it does look exciting, and I like the fact the print's quite big, and it just looks gorgeous. The thing was with this, it looks so gorgeous that I'm hoping I get around to it. But yes, that's one that's going on. Actually, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to get even all my piles down here organised, so when I put them back on the shelves, I'm sorted. Now, the rest of those are, and I did also get a book from Tandem, an ad PR product, which I've shown you in my wrap-up in my January wrap-up part 1, and that was My Extraordinary Life by Bex something or another. It's on my wrap-up part 1, so I will link that down below. But I've gone to charity shops. I have been reasonably good. I say reasonably because some of these have been bought. I've sort of separated out. I had one purchase where I only bought 3. One is a book left over. Another purchase for 3. One day I think I bought 5, but one of them was like a book box set, and another 3. So I'm sticking to my rules that when I'm at Baz Books, I'm not allowed to get more than 3, apart from one day where I bought more, and that's because they're in a box set. So if you think about it that way, I have been good. Like I said, going forward, not sure how that's going to go February, and then March is my birthday month, so not sure how that's going to go either. But let's get on and show you the books I bought. First one is an Agatha Christie, Death on the Nile, and look how pretty this is. I think this is a really gorgeous copy. It's a little bit better, but it's an Agatha Christie, and now I've got 3, and I'm reading 1 in February, so I will get there. I will read all of the Agatha Christie. I will listen to Alice from Alice's Giant Bookshelf. They have been reading this in January, so I'm hoping I like it. And this is about the street. This is a Poirot one again, I believe. It's another Poirot one about a tranquility of a cruise along the Nile shattered by the discovery that Lynette Ridgway has been shot through the head. She was a young, stylish and beautiful, a girl who had everything until she lost her life. So I'm hoping I like that. But I think obviously Alice likes all of the Poirot books, so I'm guessing we're not like this. The next one is a book that I picked up recently, and it is a book by Imogen Clark. I read her recent book for another ad PR product for Tandem, and this one jumped out at me on the shelves the other week, but I waited a week, so I was good. And this is about just turned 18. Romany is on the cusp of taking first steps into adulthood when tragedy strikes, and she suddenly finds herself all alone without her mother, Angie, the only parent she's ever known. In her final letter, Angie has charged her 4 closest friends with guiding Romany through the last year of school. But is there an ulterior motive to her unusual dying request? It looks really interesting. I'm really hoping I like this. The last book by this author that like I said, the ad PR product I was bought was a book about like a family and how money brings it all together. So I'm quite interested in how the family dynamics and how Imogen Clark would have written this. And also it's beautiful. A gorgeous book. So, and then last year, I don't know if you remember, I went to Windsor and I bought a book, little realising that it was the second book in a series and I needed the first. So when I saw this at another charity shop, I picked it up. I've since been told that it is very raunchy. This is The Roommate by Rosie Danan, and this is a very saucy book apparently, according to Danny. Clara Whedon is a consummate good girl, overachieving, well-mannered, utterly predictable. When her childhood crush invites her to move to cross-country, the offer is too good to resist. Unfortunately, it is too good to be true. Suddenly, Clara finds herself sharing the house with a complete charming stranger. Josh might be too perceptive, not to mention too handsome for comfort. But there is a good chance he and Clara could have survived sharing the summer sublet if she hadn't looked him up on the internet. Yeah, I'm intrigued. I hope I like this. I'm glad I found the first one so I can read the second one, which is called, I think, The Intimacy Experiment. So I've got 2 of them now. Hoping I like that. Another contemporary is New Arrivals at Hedgehog Hollow. I bought this from the charity shop near me because one of my subscribers has recommended Jessica Redland. Again, I didn't realise it was the second book in the series. I need to use Goodreads more. And this is about life at Hedgehog Hollow has never been busier for Samantha, but with the influx of new hogs and hodlets to take care of, not to mention a full-time job and ongoing family issues, has she taken on more than she can handle? I think this is going to be on my February reads, my spring reads, because it does look like a very spring book. Apparently you can read this as standalone, so I'm hoping I can. If not, I might look for the first book. Then, you guys know, last year, Debbie Johnson was a new sort of almost favourite author. Her Seaside Cafe book, one of her series books, got me. And so when I saw this in the same charity shop for 20p, I was like, oh, got to have this. What if you had the chance to find a lost love? Jess still thinks about the man who disappeared from her life 17 years ago and the tragedy that tore them apart. So when she discovers a hidden box of letters in her mother's attics, Jess realises the truth about why he walked away and why it's been kept from her all this time. And Jess sets about following the faded postmarks around the country, determined that her journey will bring her closer to him. Looks really good. Then a book that has intrigued me on the charity shop shelves for ages, and something made me get it, and this is The Memory Keeper's Daughter. And I like the old Memory Keeper, and it looks a bit spooky but nice. Families have their secret they hide, even from themselves. It should have been an ordinary birth, the start of an ordinary happy family. But the night Dr. David Henry delivers his wife's twins is the night that will haunt 5 lives forever. For though David's son is a healthy boy, his daughter has Down syndrome, and in a shocking act of betrayal whose consequences will only time will reveal, he tells his wife that their daughter died while secretly entrusting her care to a nurse. I'm really wondering about this, but I think it may break me, so I wonder. Then I picked up a book by a booktuber that's big on booktube, the Jen Campbell. I will link her channel down below. And this is the bookshop book, and this is Every Bookshop Has a Story. We're talking about bookshops in barns, disused factories, converted churches and underground car parks. Books about bookshops on boats and buses in the old railway station. And this explores the history of books, talks to authors, and it just looks so good. So finding this at my charity shop, and it's got pictures and it looks stunning, so I'm really looking forward to that. Then I thought this is one of the books that I thought I already had when I looked on my shelves, because it looks frighteningly similar to the before this, which is The Pilgrimage of Harold Fry, and I actually didn't have this. And this is the Love Songs of Miss Queenie Hennessy, which is the sequel to The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry, and I'm really intrigued by it. Now, I know Charlie from Charles Heathcote loves this author, and I did love Most Benson's Beetle by Rachel Joyce, so I've got this now. I need to read the Harold Fry book. When Queenie Hennessy discovers Harold Fry is walking the length of England to save her, all she must do is wait. She is shocked. Her note to him had explained she was dying. How can she wait? She must write again. Someone says. This time she must tell Harold everything. In confessing her secrets that have been hidden for 20 years, she will find atonement from the past. I definitely need to read the Harold Fry book first. And then I picked up a Christmas book that again is ready for Christmas. See, I am thinking ahead. And this is one that I believe Kat from Brews and Reviews read a couple of Christmases ago and loved it. And this is I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day by Millie Johnson. And this is 6 people are looking for a safe harbour, a cosy pub in a snowstorm, a white Christmas to remember. And I know that she loved this one. So it's nearly Christmas time and it's snowing hard. And deep in the Yorkshire Moor, I don't want to know any more than that. It's a Christmas book. I have got to read it. If Kat liked it, I'm bound to like it. Now, I think these are the most recent books I've bought, and this is because I'm obsessed with the royal family. I'm obsessed with Victorian novels, so this is going to be saved for Victober. And this is Victoria by Daisy Goodwin, and it's about, I do not care for the name Alexandria. Now that I am queen, I have decided that I shall call myself by my middle name, Victoria. It is my own. In June 1837, 18-year-old Victoria wakes to find that she is the queen of the most powerful nation in the world. But will she be queen in her own right, or a puppet and controlled by her mother and sinister John Conroy? Can this little girl prevail against the men like her uncle and the Duke of Cumberland, who believe women are too hysterical to vote? Saving this for October. It does look really, really good. Oh no, I'm realising where I'm thinking of it. Aha. Then I got While Paris Slept by Ruth Jordan. I believe this is actually quite a new release, and this has got 2 timelines. We've got Paris 1944. A young woman's future is torn away in a heartbeat, headed to a train on board to Auschwitz. In an act of desperation, she entrusts her most precious possession to a stranger. All she has left is hope. And then the second timeline is Santa Cruz 1953. Jean-Luc is thought he left it all behind. The scar on his face, a small price for surviving the Nazi occupation. Now he has a new life in California, a family he never expected his past to come knocking on his door. Really, really looks absolutely good. It looks fantastic. And then a Kate Verbal book. I don't know, again, I think this was one I bought for 20p. And this one intrigued me, and I don't know why. It's about the Russian concubines, to do with Russia, I believe. And this is set in 1933 in Davinsky labour camp in Siberia. Can't read the back of it, so I don't really know much about it, but it's about a tale of love, revenge and redemption, and it's set in Russia, and it does look really, really good. And then a book that, just to let you all know, I will be reading in March, because it's by one of my BookTube besties, Gemma from Gemma Books, loves Becky Chambers' works. It is not a me book at all, but I said I'm going to be pushing myself this year. I did say that some ways I'm going to be trying my friends' favourite authors, and this is one of Gem's favourite books. I'm going to buddy read it with my sister Charlie in March. And this is when Rosemary Harper joins the crew of the Wayfarer. She isn't expecting much. The Wayfarer, a patched up ship that has seen better days, offers her everything she could possibly want. A small quiet spot to call home for a while. Adventure in a far off corners of the galaxy and distant from the troubled past. It's not really a me book, but I'm going to give it a go because, like I said, Gem apparently loved it. And then the books that I am most excited about. Now, I think you would have seen by now my gratitude video, my gratitude journal. When it comes to books, certain books in the charity shop, certain very popular books, I have to wait because it's not fair on me getting insider news. So I'm allowed to buy books that have been on the shelves for a while. I'm allowed to request books like that I want if I know that a book's coming in, but obviously other customers have priority. And this is a box set that I've been desperate for ages, and that's the Bridgerton series. We've got The Duke and I, The Viscount Who Loved Me, An Offer from a Gentleman, and Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. Now, I've wanted this box set for ages. I love Bridgerton on TV, but I have been told that the books are a bit different from the TV series. So I'm not going to buy them full price, but I paid an extra bit of pennies because normally it's £1 a book. But because it's a box set, it's £5, and I'm well and truly prepared for that. And I've heard mixed things. I've heard it's quite a light read. I know Marissa from Blatantly Bookish sort of said they're very light and cosy, but I'm wondering what I'm going to think of it. Got to decide what I'm putting on my shelves, but it is a series that intrigues me, and it might be just what I need. It might be like a historical fiction light sort of series that I need. Obviously I've seen the first two Bridgerton books. I've seen the first two series, so I'm wondering, I think it's mixed. I can't remember if they've said what one they're going to say, what series they said they're going to do next on TV. I'm not sure if they're going to do An Offer from the Gentleman or Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. So I don't know if I should read these before the next series comes out. What do you think? That is one to know. Do I read these before the next series of Bridgerton comes out, or do I wait until that's come out? Let me know. But these are the books. Those are the books that I got in January. Are there any of those books that you think I should prioritise? Are there any that you think that you want to buddy read with me at any point? Let me know down below. I'm really happy with what I've got. I've been good, but I'm really happy with the books I bought. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribed yet, ring on my ding-a-ling, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.